Those who live according to the flesh have their minds set on what the flesh desires. But those who live in accordance with the Spirit have their minds set on what the Spirit desires. The mind governed by the flesh is death, but the mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace. The mind governed by the flesh is hostile to God. It does not submit to God's law, nor can it do so. Those who are in the realm of the flesh cannot please God. You, however, are not in the realm of the flesh, but are in the realm of the Spirit. If indeed the Spirit of God lives in you, and if anyone does not have the Spirit of Christ, they do not belong to Christ. But if Christ is in you, then even though your body is subject to death because of sin, the Spirit gives life because of righteousness. And if the Spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you, he who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies because of his Spirit who lives in you. You just read that Jesus said that he is the resurrection and the life. He promises us victory over sin, death, and the grave. He promises that to everyone who believes in him, to everyone who trusts that he is the only way to receive forgiveness and healing. See, everything about Jesus, and we've learned this from the book of John and the I am statements, everything about Jesus is light, nourishment, health, food for the soul, safety, protection, provision, tender care and love, life, truth, and death-conquering power. He is in himself everything we need to be the true flourishing humans we were initially created to be. Salvation, which is a full and complete restoration of our royal human dignity as people made in the image of God, is only found in Jesus Christ. When we trust in him, he brings our soul and spirit to life, and he breaks the chains of death and destruction and their consequences in our life. And he promises to one day restore these bodies, to transform them into bodies that can no longer be touched by decay and death and disease. And so I want to ask you the question as we finish up our I Am statement series. Do you believe in Jesus? Have you trusted in him and him alone for his life-giving power and forgiveness over sin and death? And if you have received this new life in Jesus, are you sharing this life with others? Are you being a life-giving presence to those around you, pointing them to the only one who can give them hope? I hope you are. And if not, I want to challenge you today